Welcome to American Broadcasting Station. With just one simple click, kindly subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates. The US plans to conquer and dominate the future is becoming more and more crazier with the idea of a flying aircraft carrier on the pipelines. As the Ford-class aircraft carrier, CVN-78, and the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, CVN-75, transit the deep oceans, the flying aircraft carrier will sail the skies ready to strike. The flying aircraft carrier would deploy assets all over the world and strike fear in the hearts of Russia and China. As the United States shifts its posture away from ongoing counter-terror operations and back toward great power competition with nations like China and Russia, the US is being forced to reassess its aircraft carrier force projection strategy. China's arsenal of hypersonic anti-ship missiles have created an area denial bubble that would prevent American carriers from sailing close enough to Chinese shores to launch sorties, effectively neutering America's ability to conduct offensive operations against the Chinese mainland. Without the ability to leverage the US Navy's attack aircraft, combat operations in the Pacific would be extremely difficult. It is, however, possible to develop and deploy flying aircraft carriers for such a conflict. The United States has experimented the concept a number of times in the past and is continuing to pursue the idea today. The most recent iteration of a flying aircraft carrier comes from the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, and has seen testing successes as recently as January 2023. In January, DARPA successfully launched a Dynetics X-61A Gremlin UAV from the bay of Lockheed Martin, the 100th to 130A cargo aircraft. The program aimed to demonstrate the efficacy of low-cost combat-capable drones that can be both deployed and recovered from cargo planes. The partial plan is to turn a Boeing 747 into a flying aircraft carrier, since the Boeing 747 has already secured its place in the pantheon of great aircraft, from its immense success as a passenger plane to its varied governmental uses like being a taxi for the space shuttle or as a cargo aircraft. The 747 has proven itself to be an extremely capable aircraft for a wide variety of applications, so it seemed logical when, in the 1970s, the US Air Force began experimenting with the idea of converting one of these large aircraft into a flying aircraft carrier full of parasite fighters that could be deployed and even recovered in mid-air. According to Boeing's proposal, the 747 could be properly equipped to carry as much as 883,000 pounds. The then idea behind the Boeing 747 AH, airborne aircraft carrier, was simple in theory but incredibly complex in practice. Boeing's 60-page proposal discusses the ways such a program could be executed, but lagging questions remained regarding the fuel range of a 747 carrying such a heavy payload and about how the fighters would fare in a combat environment. Previous flying aircraft carrier concepts showed that the immense turbulence from large aircraft made it extremely difficult to manage the fighters they would drop, especially as they attempted to return to the aircraft after a mission. According to the report, Boeing found the concept of a flying aircraft carrier to be technically feasible and not financially feasible. The Skunk Works at Lockheed Martin have been responsible for some of the most incredible aircraft ever to take flight, from the high-flying U-2 spy plane to the fastest military jet ever, the SR-71. Even those incredible aircraft seem downright plain in comparison to Lockheed's proposal to build an absolutely massive, nuclear-powered, flying aircraft carrier, the CL-1201. The proposal called for an aircraft that weighs 5,265 tons. In order to get that much weight aloft, the design include a 1,120-foot wingspan with a fuselage that would measure 560 feet, or about 2.5 times that of a 747. It will be 153 feet high, making it stand as tall as a 14-story building. According to Lockheed, they could put this massive bird in the sky using just 4 huge turbofan engines, which would be powered by regular jet fuel under 16,000 feet, where it would then switch to nuclear power courtesy of its on-board reactor. The flying aircraft carrier could then stay aloft without refueling for as long as 41 days, even while maintaining a high subsonic cruising speed of Mach 0.8 at around 30,000 feet. The giant aircraft would carry a crew of 845 and would be able to deploy 22 multi-role fighters from docking pylons installed on the wings. It also would maintain a small internal hangar bay for repairs and aircraft service while flying. Kindly subscribe for more amazing